What's going on, you guys? What is going on? What is going on, y'all? This be your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new review of the Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 16 Reunion Part 2. What is going on, you guys? I hope you guys have had a wonderful, wonderful Sunday, and I have done the exact same thing. This was my weekend off, and the weekend is already over, and I already got to go back to work, and I'm very happy about that. Can't you see it in my face? Yeah. But anyway, y'all, we're here to talk about the reunion tonight, y'all, and I'm enjoying the reunion. It's not as dramatic; it's a little slower pace, but I'm actually, kind of, you know, I'm feeling the reunion just a little bit. I feel like we're getting a lot of questions answered in a sense or whatever, and there's a lot of people pissing me off on this damn reunion. But we're gonna get into the things tonight. From what I just saw, the finale of Basketball Wives will be airing tomorrow, and y'all do know that I do my reviews on Basketball Wives on a Tuesday. So y'all know on Tuesday I'll be doing my Basketball Wives review. But just to let you guys know, instead of me doing Basketball Wives and Love and Hip Hop, it's only going to be Basketball Wives on Tuesday. However, um Love and Hip Hop come on at 8 on Tuesday, but I'm gonna be at the Keisha Cole concert. So with that being said, y'all won't get y'all Love and Hip Hop review until Wednesday morning. So that's what we're gonna do because I work late on Wednesday. So y'all gonna get it on, Wednesday morning or whatever. But because I gotta go to the Keisha Cole concert Tuesday night, y'all won't get a Love and Hip Hop review from me. So I'm just letting y'all know that until Wednesday, So y'all gonna get Basketball Wives on Tuesday, and then y'all gonna get Love and Hip Hop on Wednesday. That's the only thing about it, okay? So just letting y'all know that right now. I really want to review Divorce Sisters, y'all, because I'm really enjoying that show. To be quite honest, I'm really enjoying it, baby, and it's a lot that I want to say about it, but I don't want to get this stick my toes too deep into the water because sometimes it'd be hard for people to get adapted to new content sometimes. So sometimes that's why I'd be like, should I just stick to what I know or should I just go ahead and do other things? But I feel like you should go ahead and get give myself some time to let people catch on to the new content that I'm trying to do. You feel what I'm saying? So ain't nothing wrong with just trying to, fish it out and stick it out. I see you guys enjoy my Love and Marriage Huntsville review. Y'all are really, really watching it. I ain't really expected to do too much because, a lot of folks were saying they weren't watching, but baby, y'all done showed up and showed out for that review. Y'all done showed up and showed out, honey. Okay. And I really do appreciate you guys for showing up and showing out. Okay. I really do appreciate that, y'all. So keep on watching, keep on doing what you do. Okay. So it is what it is. But yeah, let me see what else is going on. I see a lot of you guys are in the building tonight, and y'all do know that I start off these reviews at the 5-minute mark, so they give y'all some time to get in and sit down, relax your feet, party on down to the escape beat and just kick it. You know what I mean? So I give y'all 5 minutes to do that and get y'all self prepared, y'all. But let me put my phone on do not disturb too, so I won't be distracted by nothing and nobody. Even though there's someone that I want to distract me, but if I want to give y'all a good review, then I can't just keep on looking down at my phone unless it's for my notes. So I'm just gonna put it on do not disturb right about now, so they won't distract me. Where my notes said? Okay, I got my notes right here, as y'all can see. My notes are right here. So it's time for the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, it is time for the review. For those of you that's up in here, go ahead and like this chat up. I need to see nothing but fire emojis down here. I need to see nothing but fire emojis in this chat because y'all know when y'all put that fire in that chat, y'all already know that I be ready to get down with the get down when y'all put that fire in the chat. So go ahead and put that fire in the chat so I can really get this shit going and get it ablazing, honey. Go ahead and put that fire down here in this chat. That's all I need to see. I don't need to see nothing but fire emojis in my chat. There you go. I see it. I see it. I see it. There y'all go. There y'all go. Y'all know Scotty Gang be knowing what to do. Y'all be knowing what to do, okay? Yeah, there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the things of the things with this reunion, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into it now. We pick up where we left off at last week's review. I mean reunion, where Angela and Phaedra were going back and forth about this whole situation with Marcus and him saying that he knows some things about Charles, cheating on what's her name? Cheating on Angela, right? And Porsha starts defending Phaedra against Angela. And Angela was basically saying all the things that she's put you through on this show set you up to say a lie about another cast member, and you're sitting up here defending her. I don't understand. And honestly, I was feeling the same exact way, but this is Porsha we're talking about. And since we've known Porsha, she's always been up Phaedra's ass. So Phaedra could rob a bank in front of her and she'll still defend it. But that's just me. Porsha feels like it's too far-fetched. It doesn't really sound plausible and it don't seem credible. Shamea says that she feels like at the end of the day, I don't really believe that, Angela would make this up. And Porsha was like, I don't really think that Angela will make this up either. And here's my thing. I would hate to hear that Angela made this shit up. Now, it all goes back down to what I've said before. I don't know if Phaedra did it or not, and I don't know if Angela made this shit up or not, because it's all confusing to me as a person. It's all confusing to me anyway. But I'm gonna be real with y'all. If it ever, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like it's so far fetched that Phaedra could have done it, because it's not. I believe she could have done it. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't really know if she did it or not. But what I'm saying is I wouldn't be surprised if she did, because she's a liar and she's done things like this in the past. So, people want to sit up here and make it seem like, well, it's so easy to point out Phaedra because of what she did in the past. You goddamn right. If you done lied and you lied and you lied and you tried to set people up for the kill and do all kinds of shit to folks in the past, if this comes up and your name is all over it, then of course we're going to believe that you did it. It's not far-fetched. And y'all can sit up here and be mad at me if you want to, but it's not far-fetched that Phaedra did it. I'm not saying that she did it. I'm saying that, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that I believe that Phaedra could have done it. That's how I feel. Phaedra ain't nobody to be trusted, in my opinion. That's just how I feel. You know what I mean? So I just feel like at the end of the day, we also got to stop saying that, because these were Angela's words when Angela was like, well, Phaedra set you up to tell a lie on another castmate. When in all reality, Phaedra told Porsha the lie, yes, but I don't think she set her up to say shit. Phaedra told Porsha the lie, and Phaedra decided to go around and say that shit on camera, knowing that this whole thing was a lie to begin with. So she really wasn't set up to say nothing. But at the end of the day, Phaedra did allow her to sit there and take the fall for this whole thing when she was the one who lied in the first place. But it was Porsha that was the one that chose to take it to the TV and just constantly keep saying it. So that is the reason why I feel like it really ain't nothing at the end of the day. I still feel like Phaedra is there's a big possibility that Phaedra did it, and I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if she did it. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel about it. So let's move on. Let's go to the next thing, y'all. So the next thing here is that then Phaedra and Angela, they start arguing about who knows who and who's breaking in the rooms. Now, Angela says that the people that I know don't know you. And then Phaedra was like, well, the rooms that I'm in, you ain't in. And then that's when Angela said, well, the rooms that I'm in, you want to be in and you ain't in them. So that's when Phaedra was like, well, I'm in a room with people that got Oscars and Emmys. I'm in a room with those people. And then and I'm like, okay, who gives a fuck about what rooms either one of you are in? I don't think nobody really cares about that. So y'all can just stop going back and forth, because bitch, I ain't in there on one of them rooms. So I could care less about what room are they in. So then that's when Phaedra chose to call her brother. And Angela had said that the lady that, said that she knew Phaedra or whatever, she knew the brother. They on Facebook, they Facebook friends. They went to high school together and stuff like that. So she calls her brother. Her brother denies knowing this person. He says, I got 1 in a million, Facebook friends. Some of them folks I don't even know. Now, I can say that there's a lot of people that's on my Facebook friend list, and I don't know them from Adam. Never met them, never seen them. Some of them folks I seen in person, we ain't never spoke a day in our life, but we Facebook friends. Some of them folks, on Facebook, I don't even know how we wind up being friends with some of these folks on Facebook, but sometimes we added folks, or sometimes we want to be a little messy and added them folks on Facebook so we can be a little bit nosy. You feel what I'm saying? But that is a possibility that he probably really don't know that lady, even though they're on Facebook. They're Facebook friends, and there's a possibility that he really don't know her, even though he went to high school with her. But do I feel like she probably called her brother and prepped him and told him that she was gonna call him? I believe it, but whatever. Angela says that somebody in Phaedra's circle had threatened her. They was at the Hawks game, ran into Phaedra and the person said they had hands. And that was a threat. Phaedra said, well, how come you never told me that then, Angela? And it's just like this whole little Phaedra and Angela beef, although I'm glad that there's somebody out there that's willing to go toe-to-toe with her lying ass. It needs to make sense at the same time. It just needs to make sense. You feel what I'm saying? Like, for real. Drew believes that Phaedra has something to do with it. It seemed too close. It just seemed like, it was way too close to home at the end of the day. So who knows? You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know. Let me see. Cynthia says that she doesn't know who did it. Kelly says that she don't know who did it. And then Angela also says that she feels like at the end of the day, I feel like me and the girls can go forward long as we're all being honest. But if you weren't worrying about motherfuckers being honest, then you and the girls cannot go forward, honestly. And that's just the truth of the matter, Angela. Y'all ain't gonna move forward. If you feeling like, oh, as long as they're honest, as long as they doing this, we can move forward. Y'all ain't moving forward at all. Trust and believe me, y'all not. Y'all are not moving forward because it's been way too many lies told already. And it's just too much weird shit going on. And on top of that, when Phaedra came on this show, all she kept talking about was that she knew Charles. She hung out with Charles before. She didn't know that Charles had a woman. Angela's like Casper the friendly wife and all this other shit she was saying. I probably made that one up. Casper the friendly wife. I probably made that up. But either way, she was saying all that bullshit about that lady and how making it plain and making it known that she never knew that he had a wife and all this other shit. And to me, it just came across like, well, Phaedra, do you want to fuck Charles with his old ass? Like, is that what it is? Like, do you want some of that old? Like, is that what it is? Because it comes across like you want some of that old ass. And if you want some of that seasoned, then go ahead and say you want some seasoned. I mean, for real, because like you was on his so hard, like letting it be known. Oh, I hung out with him years ago. Never even knew that he had a wife. Never knew this. Never knew that. I just did not know. Girl, you knew. Girl, please. You fucking knew. Like, girl, shut up. Like Phaedra is that lady annoys me. So it is what it is. But it is what it is. But she stayed talking about Angela and taking shots at that lady. Stayed doing it. So then Kelly and Angela argue over Kelly wishing bad on her marriage. I think it was something along the lines of Kelly was saying that she hopes that Kelly was saying that she hopes that Angela doesn't go through the same things that she did. So Angela felt like she was wishing bad on her marriage. I feel like Kelly was just speaking too far in between with this shit, because I think that was the same day where her and Britt was saying that there was a side baby and shit. So they was pretty much attacking Angela's marriage at that particular moment, in my opinion. And Kelly was being fucking petty because she was trying to be, team, what's her name? Team Britt. And we see where they at now. So Team Britt, and looked like a goddamn fool when it happened. So girl, bye. Because we don't give a fuck, Kelly. Because what the fuck was that? You know what I mean? Like, what was that? what was your point, and what was the need of that even being said? You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't even get that, but okay. Let me see. Then after that was being talked about, Angela then, they started talking about her age. And they wanted to know, is Angela really in her 40s? Angela then brought her down, birth certificate, and she proved that she was born in 81. I was born in 89. So you mean to tell me that Angela is an 80s baby just like me, but I'm barely an 80s baby child. I was born in 89, but you know, whatever. But you mean to tell me that she's only like 3 years older than Carl? Like for real? I really thought that she was, I really felt like and really thought that she was in her 50s. Like I really thought she was. I ain't even being funny. I didn't know she was that young, like for real. And if she was in her 50s, you know what I mean? She looked good to be in her 50s. But you know, I thought she was older than 43. Like, you know, but I'm guessing we expect people to look some type of way, you know, in their ages, I guess. I don't know, because like I'm 36 and people don't believe me when I say I'm 36. I got to show my ID and everything like that. Like they still be thinking I'm in my 20s. When I go and buy a drink or some shit, I'm still being carded. Like they don't believe that I'm 36. So yeah, I think, and then people be calling me old and shit, but I'm like, bitch, like, okay, and you 26 and I'm 36. Pray you look like this when you 36, okay? Like, period. But now that we know that she's in her 40s, you feel what I'm saying? We can let that go. So let's continue on with that. So then that's when Angela called out Phaedra for talking about her looks and saying that she's the oldest young woman she's ever seen. And that is when Angela was saying, well, you must have forgot how you looked when you first came around this group. And I'm like, I'm glad somebody remember, because I ain't never forgot how she looked. She looked like a devout woman from Sister Act or some shit like that. She looked like a devout preacher's wife when she first came on this goddamn show, for real. So I'm just saying, you know, I'm glad that somebody reminded her ass of how the fuck she looked when she first came on this motherfucker. Because when Angela, not Angela, but when Phaedra came on this motherfucker, she was 38 and gave every bit of 58, honestly. So she can't be talking about nobody being the oldest young woman that she ever seen. Because baby, you was 38 when you was on this motherfucker, and you didn't even look like you was in your 30s. You look like you was much older than that. And now you got you a little bit of work done and all this other shit. And now you think you Carisha. Because beforehand, you was giving like, you know, you was giving Pastor TD Jake's daughter or some shit, and then after that you want to give, you know, like that you a city girl and, you know, act up, you can get snatched up and all that other bullshit. So girl, get the fuck out of here, okay? Like I'm just being for real. So you can't be talking about nobody's age and how they look. But I'm glad that Angela reminded her ass of how she looked, okay? Like please. Because you forgot that you look like you were old as a motherfucker when you first came on this motherfucker. So yeah. Angela walked away from the properties. It was costing her too much money, and she just had to let them go, and it was best that she did. She spoke on her mother's death, and she was talking about how much she misses her mom and how much she wants her mom around. And you know, I felt for Angela. You know what I mean? Like seriously, like I did. Like I don't know how that feels, and right now I really don't want to know how that feels, you know. But you know, a lot of us will experience that at some point in time. But I just felt bad for Angela in that moment, and I just, you know, wanted to hug her. um Angela felt like Drew didn't have her back the same way that she had Drew's back. Now, as much as I love Drew, I do think that Angela had Drew's back way more than Drew had Angela's back. Now, Drew did kind of speak up for Angela somewhat, but not in the same magnitude as Angela speaking up for Drew. Drew, you know, Angela really stepped up for Drew. Like she stood on business when it came down to Drew. I really feel like Drew didn't really stand on business when it came down to Angela. A lot of fights, Angela pretty much was fighting by herself. When Drew had her issues with people, Angela was always there. I ain't saying that she needed to tag team motherfuckers and shit, but when there'll be multiple people going in on Angela, Drew would just walk away and say she ain't got time for it. You feel what I'm saying? So I felt where Angela coming from. Because, baby, if I'm always defending you and I'm always, taking up for you and showing you that you got to ride or die, because don't none of these other hoes in this group really fuck with you like that, and they don't care for you like that. So I got your back. I'm rocking and rolling with you right about now, and all you can do is just walk away or don't say shit at all. But I'm trying to ride for you. You feel what I'm saying? So no. You feel what I'm saying? Like, no. I just feel like that's weak as fuck. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. So I do think that, Drew did not have Angela's back the way that, Angela had hers. And one could say, well, did Drew ask Angela to have her back? No, she didn't ask her. She didn't have to ask her. The truth is still the truth. Angela had Drew's back way more than Drew had Angela's back. We can sit up here and play semantics all day and talk about how, well, Drew didn't ask her to. Okay, that's great. I mean, she didn't. But the truth is the truth. Angela had her back way more than Drew had hers, and that's the bottom line. Let's see what else is going on here. Let me pull my notes back out. Drew apologizes to Angela, but then Shamea tries to call out Drew's hypocrisy, and I just felt like that fell flat. Shamea, shut the hell up. Shut up. Because you was trying to make a point in that moment, and there was no point to make. And you made yourself look stupid, okay? Speak when spoken to at the end of the day. This had nothing to do with your friendship with Porsha. They was going to do a whole damn package on you and Porsha, so you could wait for that. You didn't have to jump into that situation. It didn't have nothing to do with you. And like I said, you sitting up here trying to take up and defend your friendship with Porsha. I love that for you. It's amazing. But at the end of the day, it's stupid as fuck at the same time. Because you look dumb. You could have just stayed out of that shit. That shit had nothing to do with you. And the facts of the facts is that you sitting up here saying that you couldn't saying that Drew couldn't understand why she was the way she was with her friendship with Porsha and stuff like that. But here she is speaking about, it's okay for Angela to call out Drew on her shit, but she couldn't say nothing about Porsha, and all they did was pick it apart. Well, Shamea, at the end of the day, if you didn't give them any ammo to pick apart, they never would have had nothing to say about this lopsided ass relationship that you got with Porsha at the end of the day. You set the tone for these motherfuckers that you barely knew to have something to say about your friendship. If you felt any kind of way about Porsha as a friend, you could have been pulled up to the side and said what you had to say, but you didn't do that. You sat up there and you let these motherfuckers get up in your ear and talk shit and all this other stuff, but in the same breath, it was nothing left to say because you sat up there and allowed them to drag that girl like that when you really didn't have to allow that, and you really didn't have to say shit about nothing, to be honest. So if you never would have said nothing, then it never would have been nothing to pick apart at the end of the day. You were speaking to them in private about your friendship with Porsha, something you didn't have to do. Something you really didn't have to do. If you really felt the way, you could have said that a long time ago, but you didn't. So you could have just shut your ass up and just continue to be the lapdog that you are. Phaedra says that, when she was asked, how can she show up to the Housewives reunion, but not show up to Married to Medicine's reunion? Phaedra said that she really didn't have nothing else to give Married to Medicine, okay? And no, you just didn't want to get caught out on your bullshit on Married to Medicine. That's the only reason why you ran away and escaped. Because for a long time, you was calling Real Housewives of Atlanta the Titanic and acting like these Married to Medicine women were just the upper echelon. And that was something that was a place that you needed to be. And you just felt like, you act like they were the upper echelon and that you could never come back to the Housewives because it's a sinking ship. But you ran your ass back to this so-called sinking ship when the going got tough over there on Married to Medicine. So spare me. You were scared to face them girls, and that's just what it is. So get the fuck out of here. Like, just get out of here, girl. Phaedra is fake. Like, for real. She's so fake and fraudulent to me. Phaedra starts talking about the advice that she gave Britt in the car. Porsha says that that's some of the same advice that Phaedra and Nene gave Porsha off camera. So it was kind of amazing to see a housewife give somebody that same advice on camera. You know what I mean? But then Shamea and Kelly says that all the while Britt is sitting up here trying to give, Phaedra trying to give Britt all of this advice and look out for Britt. In the same breath, Britt was planning to bury Phaedra. She had so much to say about Phaedra, had so much to say about Apollo and all this other stuff, which kind of made sense because, at one point in time, when they first got to Grenada, Britt could not wait to bring up the fact that Apollo was sitting up here, Apollo was she knew Apollo and Apollo has been at her house and stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying? So that kind of makes sense to me now. So it is what it is. Cynthia, oops, I think I'm going too far. Phaedra was like, I just want y'all to know that I don't want to lose a friend over nonsense. Nobody needs to lose friendships over nonsense because life is too short at the end of the day. And I want you to know that my condolences to you, Angela, was real. And Angela says, I hope it is. And then Phaedra was like, I want you to know that it is real. You're not genuine, so nobody would think that shit real. And I just find it very funny that you're talking about friendship breakups and how life is too short, but you have yet to apologize to the person that you need to apologize to for the shit that you did to them. But I'm not gonna go there because that was season 9 and I ain't got time to go back and forth. But I just feel like I have to call that part out. Like, it's funny that you're sitting up here talking about shit like, oh, life is too short, we need to give grace, or look at things in a different light and stuff like that. You want to say that, but you ain't doing that with your own with the person that was your friend and shit like that. You ain't even doing that. But okay, girl. Okay, Phaedra. So then somebody says, why, ask Porsha, why is she quick to give Phaedra grace but not Shamea? And Porsha says that time is what brought her and Phaedra back together. There was conversations, there were years that went by where they were able to get back together and push their best foot forward and or whatever. For me, I feel like if I was Porsha, I would never talk to Phaedra again. And if I was Candy, I never would have talked to Porsha again. I never would have. There would be no talking amongst the three of y'all. Like, I don't even see how any of y'all are cool with one another. Like, I don't even get that part at all. Like, Porsha, you crazy as fuck to be friends with Phaedra. She'll throw your ass under the bus again. And Candy, you crazy as hell for being friends with Porsha or being cool with Porsha because she will lie and throw your ass under the bus. I don't see how anybody's friends with each other, in my opinion. And anytime you tell me something, but then again, I probably feel like the reason why Porsha was able to forgive Phaedra for telling her to lie is because, girl, I knew it was a lie, but I want to say it anyway. So why should I still be mad with Phaedra for telling me to lie? I knew it was a lie when she told me, but I still chose to run with it. That's just what I think. That's probably why she was able to just let it go with Phaedra, move forward and just, keep it going because it is what it is, but I feel like years really didn't go by though, because they were still like, they had been cool for a while now. They were cool before they came back to this show, for years before they came back to this show. So I don't even know what the hell Porsha talking about, but okay. So then Shamea, Porsha, and Phaedra, they revisit what happened in season 9 when Phaedra said that Shamea be sleeping with everybody's husband, and Porsha sat there on mute when it was said, right? They go back and forth about this. And Phaedra says that they had a whole conversation about this. They talked about it off camera and shit like that. And she was talking about, she said all that stuff, making her look like, she was having an affair and all this other stuff, right? And Shamea says that she's moved on from it, but Cynthia and Angela says that she's not moved forward from it. She's still upset about it. And that is my issue with Shamea. It's okay if you are still hurt by what happened. And I really feel like that is the reason why you and Porsha are in the place that you're in, because you're not asserting your feelings. You're not telling nobody how you really feel. And that's just the truth of the matter. You're not being honest about how you feel. You never got over the fact that Porsha allowed Phaedra to lie on you on national TV and never defended you about it. You never got over that. And that is okay if you never got over it. But I think it would be more respected if you would just own that and say, girl, I don't fuck with you because you lied on me on national TV and people still believe that I was up here in a sex dungeon, to be quite honest. You feel what I'm saying? And the fact that Porsha sat up there and allowed Porsha, who was my childhood friend, allow somebody who she just became friends with to sit up there and lie on me and take their side and stuff like that, that is crazy. You could have just said that you never got over it. And you even said when Phaedra talked about it, she kind of dismissed it. But my thing is this, if she dismissed it when y'all talked about it, you should have called Phaedra out even at that moment. You should have called her out then. But the problem is that you don't ever talk about, you don't stick up for yourself, and you never really say how you really feel about nothing. And that is the reason why you keep being looked at as a lap dog. And that's the reason why people feel like they can treat you any kind of way, because they know you're not going to say shit. You feel what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Phaedra says that Shamea said that the rumor was laughable. And then Shamea said, of course I dumbed it down. I dumbed down everything y'all say. And that is when Cynthia called Shamea out for not stepping up to the plate and saying what really hurts her. And I agree with Cynthia. Don't dumb down the shit that these motherfuckers be saying about you and to you. Why the fuck you dumbing it down? That's the reason why they keep doing it, because you keep dumbing the shit down. This ain't nothing to dumb down, Shamea. This ain't nothing to dumb down at all. These folks perpetuated a lie about your ass while you were married or getting ready to get married. A lie that could have fucked up your whole damn relationship with your man. Like, and it could have fucked up your relationship with anybody. Because who wants to hang around a person that sleep around everybody's husband? You feel what I'm saying? So, no, don't dumb that shit down. Say what you got to say about it. Say what you got to say about it. Stop dumbing shit down. You're going to forever be the weakest link if you keep doing that. Phaedra apologizes to Shamea, and Shamea says she promises not to bring it up moving forward. If it ever comes up in another interview, you know, she's going to say that her and Phaedra had a conversation. She apologized. I personally don't think that Shamea is going to let that shit go easily at all. I don't believe that, but to each his own. Let's move on. Shamea says that she believed that Britt knew that those photos wasn't her because she acted a different way off camera than she did on camera. Cynthia says that she did have grace for Kenya. She actually said that Britt should have never said anything about a pistol, and that Kenya shouldn't have, you know, showed those photos. And she said that she's not going to compromise her integrity to go along to get along to agree with a friend on something that she doesn't agree with. And to be quite honest, I'm not mad at Cynthia for that. I'm not mad at Cynthia for that. And everybody can be mad about that all they want to, but she got every right to not want to be dumbed down or compromised, you know, for the sake of getting along with somebody and being friends with them. Just because you're friends with somebody, that don't mean that you got to go along and get along, and it don't mean that you got to agree with everything they say. Because I would be looking at Cynthia sideways if she did agree with that shit, because it was nothing to agree with. And I feel like at the end of the day, you know, at the end of the day, Kenya, she could have responded and she could have retaliated, but I felt like, okay, because a person threatened you with a gun, that constitutes you going to show get photos of them and all this other shit. You feel what I'm saying? But no, that was wrong, and I feel like everybody who felt like it was wrong was on the right side of that. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't even get why, you know, everybody's mad at Cynthia. But at the end of the day, I don't feel like Cynthia's wrong for her feelings on Kenya. I don't think that she's wrong at all. Like, period. I don't think she's wrong. And you can sit up and y'all can sit up and say you can't determine my get back all you want to. It's called an opinion. It's my opinion. And I feel like she did the absolute most when she responded the way that she did. And that's why she's not on the show. So it's kind of funny to me when I see people trying to defend the shit that Kenya did, but then wonder why she's not on the show. She's not on the show because she made that dumbass move. That's why she's not there. So you don't get to determine my get back is a crazy thing to say when her get back is what got her off the fucking show. Sorry, not sorry. But anyway, Porsha explains how she felt about the Kenya and Britt fallout. She also says that Drew was the one that gave Kenya the information, but Drew denies that. She says that she told her personally and she told her privately that she never said that. But Porsha keeps on saying that she did say that. Porsha says that Drew was the one that gave Kenya the information. I think I already said that. Porsha says that she was pissed at Kenya for what she did. And and I agree. Like, she did the absolute most. She did the most. That's why I don't understand why anybody agrees with that shit. Like, how can y'all agree with that shit? She did the most, and that was her downfall. She could have responded in any way. She could have just read her down. She didn't have to show no pictures. She could have read her down about the shit that she used to do back in the day. That wouldn't be too far-fetched. You feel what I'm saying? But in the same breath, I just feel like Kenya did the most. That's why I can't get with the fact that people feel like that shit was okay. If it was okay, then she would still be at the show. That's why I don't understand the anger from Teen Twirl. Y'all mad because she not on the show, but y'all not mad at her for doing what she did. She went to the extreme. That's why she's gone. But to each his own. But then when I say my opinion, then I'm supposedly offended. I don't care about I don't care about nobody's opinion. I'm just telling you this is mine. And I'm gonna state mine. Like, that's just what I'm saying. So anyway, moving on. Where we at? So then Cynthia says that Kenya stopped talking to her ever since that. But so I think that Kenya, I don't know. I don't know what Kenya really expects from Cynthia for her to be so mad at her and her not talking to her. I think that Kenya was wrong. And I think that Cynthia had every right to feel how she felt. And that's just that. I think that I don't know. I think that Cynthia should be given a little bit of grace, honestly, because anytime she talked about it, just because she talked about it, oh my God, I'm not gonna argue with no comments because I did not go in on this person at all. I didn't say that she was wrong for her opinion. I just said that I disagree with what she's saying. I really don't need nobody trying to make me feel some kind of way about anything. And don't time her out either. I just like you disagree with me, I disagree with you. Okay, it's just that simple. I didn't call you out your name. I didn't curse you out. I didn't do any of that. All I did was disagree with what you said. You said you can't determine what my retaliation is gonna be and all that other stuff. And I said it doesn't matter if I don't have to tell you what your retaliation should be. At the end of the day, your retaliation is what got your ass off the show. That's all I'm saying. But people want to get all up in their feelings, and they can if they want to. It is what it is. But you can allow that person to stay in the chat. You don't have to get rid of them because they've been watching me for a long time. But it just kills me how people get all upset because I'm disagreeing with them. We're all having opinions in here. So it is what it is. But anyway, moving on, because I'm not gonna go back and forth with no comments. Where are we? So Shamea broke down about Britt saying that she's using, Shiloh as a storyline. And I feel like Britt was dead wrong for that. I don't really feel like Shamea was using Shiloh for a storyline. We all know what she's been going through with Shiloh since before she had a peach on this show. So it is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay, we can move on. She says that she has a new surrogate, and then Shamea says when someone asked her about the whole despite your health issues, why are you coming why are you giving damn, I lost my train of thought. It was saying they were asking her why, with everything that she's went through with her stuff, why is she trying to give her kid another child? And at the end of it, trying to give her husband another child. And the thing about it was she basically stated that she just want to please her husband. But I guess that's what most wives want to do, is please their husbands, I guess. I mean, I don't know. But I feel like she shouldn't be trying to have no other child right now anyway, when she already going through enough with one child that she got. You feel what I'm saying? So then Shamea congratulated Drew. Drew gives Shamea a book, and Shamea calls Drew a liar. But see, y'all keep on calling Drew a damn liar, and it'd be like, what is she actually lying about? Like, I don't understand why we saying that she lying. You feel what I'm saying? Like, what exactly is Drew lying about for y'all to constantly keep coming at her? Like, I don't even understand it. You feel what I'm saying? But whatever, moving on. Porsha says that she feels like Britt was being malicious when it came down to the things that she said about Shamea, and she also believed that those texts sounded familiar. I feel like Shamea, girl, either you showed them folks them text messages, or you flat out said all that shit to them folks. It's one out of the other. You had to do one of them. You had to show the text, and you had to be the one, or you had to tell them what went down with Porsha. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's just what I believe. I feel like she's crazy because she's constantly denying it. And it's like, girl, what? You feel what I'm saying? Like, no, I feel like she did at least show them text messages, or she spoke on that woman's issue. You feel what I'm saying? Drew called Shamea out and said that she did say some of that stuff. Shamea, tell the truth. Because right now, the person that you're calling a liar is now calling you a liar, and other people are pretty much, and other people are agreeing with her calling you a liar. So you might want to stop while you're ahead with the liar remark, Shamea, because you're not looking too truthful in these streets yourself right about now, to be honest. Because all y'all calling Drew a damn liar, and y'all sitting up here lying. So somebody got to be honest and truthful about some shit. And I just feel like Shamea is not being completely 100% honest about some of the stuff that is being said and things like that. And I like the fact that Drew is actually calling, everybody out on their shit, because everybody wants to call her out on hers. But at the end of the day, Shamea, I just sat here and watched this damn reunion, and girl, you've been lying. You ain't been 100% truthful about your part in this situation, and you're trying to make yourself look like this doting friend in this damn thing. Is Porsha a fucked up individual? Absolutely. Is she a terrible friend to you? Yeah. But if you feel that way, and if you've said that already, just say you said that. Why sit up here and make it seem like Porsha's anger towards you is not necessarily warranted? Because it is. And that's me saying that, because I've been Team Shamea this whole fucking season, especially when it come down to Porsha, because Porsha was a fucked up ass individual to her. She was. But Shamea, stop lying. Stop lying. Just own up to the fact that you done ran your goddamn mouth. That's what you've done. You've spoken with these women about your true feelings about them, about this woman. Just say that. But you're not being honest and you're not being truthful. And watching this reunion, there's a lot you ain't been truthful about. You haven't been truthful about the fact that you have moved on. You have never moved on from that shit that Phaedra said about you. And if you didn't move on from it, I honestly understand if you didn't, but be honest about it. When you're not being assertive about your feelings, when you're not being honest about your feelings, girl, lies. You looking like a whole fucking liar right now, and it's very indefensible. Can't nobody defend you on this, and I'm not even gonna try to. So it is what it is at the end of the day, because you're lying and you're not being completely honest about this whole thing. You're not being honest. Do I think you was a better friend to Porsha than Porsha was to you? Absolutely. I believe that. I still feel that way. But you're not doing yourself any favors because you're not saying none of that shit to Porsha's face. You're saying it to anybody else that will fucking listen. That's who you saying it to. So it's just like, girl, what? You feel what I'm saying? Like it's just kind of crazy. And you looking like a fucking weirdo right about now. And I don't defend weirdos. So you got yourself looking fucking crazy in this situation, to be honest. Porsha and Shamea says there's no communication. And then Porsha says that Shamea has been lying. Porsha says that Shamea had a scheme and a plan to sabotage her. Now, let's be clear here. Do I think that Shamea has been lying? Yep. But do I think that she came in with a scheme that Ty set up to sabotage Porsha? I don't think so. I don't think it was that serious. But I do think that their friendship issues resurfaced on this show. And we kind of all seen it coming from the beginning. We saw it coming. We saw it coming. We saw it coming from day one. We already knew that was going to happen. People pit them against each other way too much anyway. But yeah, so I think she's been lying, but I don't think that she's been setting it up. Porsha brings up the wedding and she says that she didn't come to the wedding because of a condition that she had. But yet you said at the Pamper with Porsha event that you didn't come because y'all were beefing. So which one is it? Did you not come because y'all were beefing? Or did you not come because of your damn condition? Or did you not come because you was jealous and you didn't want to celebrate that lady? It's one or the other, and somebody got to tell the truth. And to me, it looks as though both you and Porsha are liars. The same liars that you both are trying to prove that the other one is. That's just what this is, to be quite honest. Both of y'all sitting up here lying, and the truth ain't in neither one of y'all. Let me see what else is going on. And then Porsha and Shamea, they get to arguing, and then they bring up the fact that, you know, Porsha spoke on Shamea's mama and things like that. And Porsha said that she did speak on Shamea's mama. So this is what I'm going to say here. This energy that Shamea be having for Drew, this energy that Shamea be having for Angela, had that same energy for Porsha and fucking Phaedra. Because them the two motherfuckers that you need to have the energy with. Now, listen, I fuck with Shamea. Don't get me wrong. But right now, she not looking too good right now. I got to be honest. I can't sit up here and ignore what the fuck I see. I fuck with Shamea heavy. But this is not making her look good at all. It's not. It's making her look like a whole liar. And she's fucking it up for herself. She's constantly drowning with every part of this damn reunion. So it is what it is. So I don't know. So yeah, keep this. Keep the same energy, please. Just keep the same energy. That's all I'm saying. But That's all I got for the reunion today, y'all. That's all I got. So, before we get up out of here, though, let me tell y'all about some things that I got going on. My book. We're close to a release date. We're close to a release date, y'all. So be on the lookout for that because it's going to be amazing. I cannot wait for you guys to find out when the book is coming out because we're gonna promote the fuck out of this book. Okay, we should have a release date by next week because I was told to do announce the release date on the final part of this reunion. So you may get a release date next week on this review for the reunion part 3. Y'all probably gonna get a release date then. Okay. We still filming this web reality show. We're halfway done with that. They should be, starting like promotion and showing like teasers and stuff like that. Very, very soon. Everybody will be promoting it from myself to T to really be everybody in our camp. Everybody will be promoting this. So we just trying to make sure you guys tune in, if not for one thing, but to support me because I'm on the show. So, hopefully y'all tune in for that. The publisher is actually, because she just announced herself on Chef Dun Dun's page the other day. The publisher is Sheridan Davis. She's a very good friend of Color Me Pink. And as you all know, Color Me Pink is also a best-selling author as well. Her and Sheridan both are best-selling authors. So Sheridan is my publisher. She's best friends with Keisha, aka Color Me Pink, and stuff like that. So she's been the person that was helping with getting my book published. We should be going to print next at the top of August. We'll be going to print, and I'm gonna let you guys know where to get the book. It'll be on Kindle, it'll be on Amazon, all that good stuff. So be prepared. I got high hopes for this. And as far as this show, y'all asking me for the name. There is a name for this show. It is a name. I'm just not allowed to say the name of the show yet. I'm not allowed to say the name of the show, and I'm not allowed to tell y'all who on the cast publicly anyway. But yeah, so be on the lookout for both of those things. Be on the lookout for both of them things. I'm gonna tell y'all about all that once I get more information, but y'all probably gonna get more info about my book first before this show. But anyway, y'all, I am up out of here. We're about to go ahead. Yes, Two Fights is going directly to print because they're finishing up the editing part because I already read the final edit. So now they're doing everything else to finalize everything and then taking it to print. So y'all gonna be able to get a book in your hand. Y'all gonna be able to have an ebook, and y'all gonna be able to watch me on web reality and see me, get the things moving around. Okay. But with that being said, y'all, your boys up out of here, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Cause I know what I want. I guess I could pray to the man up above. Start a new path with unconditional love. I can build a new life out of this mess. Moving on to a place free from the stress. Lost all the love that I found in you, baby. Lost all the love that I found in you, baby. Lost all the love that I found in you, baby. Lost all the love that I found in you, baby. All of my life, and you know what hit the worst when it starts with the night. I'm the type of nigga shit that can speak for itself. See, I'm a bad little nigga with his heart as well. Say it best from the heart, so it beating is felt. Just a sense to see your spouse, someone probably can melt with the cause is dealt. Nigga, I was just wishing, can I be the only bad bitch that you hit like? Can I be the only bad bitch you hit like? Can I be the only bad bitch you hit like? Can I be the only bad bitch you hit like? Can I be the only bad bitch you hitting like?